Chapter 20. Around 1:45, Luke finally got back to his house, and he looked just awful. His clothes were filthy, his hair all matted down, and he had this huge rubber bag slung over his back. "Oh, Mia, oh no, you've been waiting for me. I'm so sorry," he said. "It's been awful. My canoe overturned, and I had spent the night on the river." Then he told me what had happened, how his canoe had hit a rock and then overturned, how the dry bag broke free from the boat, losing his fishing gear, having to build a fire to get warm, finding the boat the next day, and paddling out, just now getting home. "Luke, you should never have gone canoe fishing by yourself," I said. "You used to tell me all the time how unsafe that was." I wanted to add that if he ever needed a second person for one of his canoe trips, I might be able to go. But did I want that? Well, why was I there if I didn't want that? I don't know what exactly I want from him. All I know is I've got to spend some time talking to him before senior year is over, to see if there is still something between us that is precious and good and wonderful, things that I couldn't stand to be without, no matter what or how many miles and states were between us. "Granddaddy," he suddenly said. "Where's Granddaddy? Is he all right?" I took Luke into the living room to show him his granddaddy was okay, and it was then that he must have heard the washing machine running. "You did laundry too, didn't you?" he said. "You had to clean him up too, I bet." "Mia, how can I ever thank you? You're so wonderful. I swear, thanks so much." Then he gave me a hug, not one of those long, tight, intense hugs that we used to share, but just a quick one, a friend-type hug. What was I expecting anyway? How can I be so in control of my thoughts and emotions around other students and adults? Be the so-called smartest girl in the school and be the stereotypical woman on the rise. Yet this boy makes my brain turn to mush. Well, what's wrong with that? We did have a special relationship for almost 2 whole years. He is a great guy, and I'm a special young woman with a great future. Maybe that future could still include him. Maybe we could be a couple again. This time permanently. I've got to know one way or the other. My mom's a nurse, I finally said, and it sounded so lame. I know how to take care of people. "Thank you so much," he said again. "I'm flat worn out. I had to keep a fire going all night. It was so cold. I hadn't had any sleep since Friday night. I've still got to get the canoe off the truck, do my laundry, and... Crap! I forgot all about my Spanish test for Monday and my U.S. government project. Mia, I'm sorry. I can't go on a walk with you today or even spend time talking. I would have helped him with all those things, especially the Spanish stuff, because I used to do that all the time. But he didn't ask for my help, and I didn't want to intrude. He was obviously exhausted. I was thinking what to say when I just blurted out, maybe I could come over next Saturday afternoon and we could have our walk and talk. He got this weird look on his face when I said that, and he said, "Come over at noon next Sunday for lunch. That's how I can repay you for all you've done. We could go walking after I get Granddaddy fed and down for his afternoon nap." I told him that would be great, and then it was time for me to leave. It was probably good that we didn't have time to have a long talk. Maybe by next Sunday I'll have my thoughts and feelings for him better sorted out. When I got home, I checked my phone and had all kinds of texts. One of them stood out, especially the one from Hannah. It said, "I've just told another person I'm gay. Call me." Obviously, that had to be text number 1. Probably better than anyone. I know Hannah's long struggle with the gay thing. When we were 9th graders and the subject of boys would come up, like it did nearly every day at lunch, she often seemed indifferent to the whole guy thing. I didn't really think anything about that then. When we all became sophomores, and Camilla and I had a lot of our other friends, especially my Hispanic ones, we were finally allowed to date. Hannah said her parents were still forbidding it. I thought that was really strange and awfully harsh of her parents. But now I know it was just a convenient lie, her saying that. Hannah finally confided in me when we were juniors that she was gay, but made me promise that I wouldn't tell anybody, that her parents would freak out if they knew and haul her off to the confessional booth at church. I remember one time trying to make a joke about her going to see our priest during confession and him telling her that he was gay too. He then said he knew someone who was just right for her, but she didn't think that was very funny. I think Ellie, Paige, Kylie, and Camilla, well, Camilla's gone, are the only ones at school who know Hannah is gay, and I'm probably the only one that knows she's been secretly dating this junior girl at our school. Why do I have to be the one other girls tell their deepest secrets to? I can't believe Ice hasn't come to my house yet and asked about Camilla. Maybe there are too many Camillas all over the country to chase down. The last big reveal from Hannah was that Marcus and her had decided to go out on Friday night as strictly friends, and she had already told him that she was gay. She said she didn't want to lie to him. Good for her. She also said that Marcus was awfully cute and smart and had really grown up a lot. Maybe you should be the one that goes out with him, she said. I don't know about that. I'm having enough trouble right now sorting out my feelings for Luke.